Hi there, Chris here with another fresh tip for you all. In this video, we're going to continue our look at blending. And so in the previous example, I had shown using retardants. Of course, this model is still drying because, I'm filming this right after the other one. With this example, we are going to look at two-brush wet blending. That's what I said, two-brush wet blending. What does that mean? Well, it means we are going to use two brushes and very quickly we are going to blend two colors on a surface. Now, normally I would have a different kind of underpainting as far as like a base coat, as far as if what I was going to do. For example, in this example, I'm going to play with Nagaroth Night, which is this nice deep purple color, and I'm going to use White Scar to highlight it, to create the impression of highlights like we're gonna do, highlights here. And basically, we're not gonna use any kind of additives into the paint other than maybe mediums or even water. Really quickly here, this is one of those techniques that does require a bit of practice, but once you get used to using this particular technique, it is quite handy and is a nice quick way of painting surfaces and laying down initial color blends. This is really a fast, handy way of getting it done. So for anybody out there who has large batches of models to do or anything like that, you definitely want to up your blending game, as it were, because this is definitely going to be a time saver. Now, you can bring the models up to a finished standard using this type of technique, but again, with all techniques, this is not the end-all be-all of painting techniques. This is just simply one of those ways to achieve your desired result. This is going to require practice. I'm going to show you how I do it. There are different ways of achieving this two-color wet blend, two-brush blending. Essentially, all we're going to do is we're going to load up each brush with our desired color and begin laying it down onto a surface. We're going to paint this shoulder pad really fast here. So really quickly here, I'm going to grab a bit of white on this brush, and then I'm going to grab a little bit of purple on this brush, and really fast here, I'm just simply going to lay a bit of the color down onto the shoulder pad. You know what? Let's just do like a base coat. Let's paint it like we were going to if we were going to actually paint it. Let's just do it like we're actually going to do it. That way you can kind of see this in action, as it were. So I'm moving fairly quickly. There is no additives other than the residual dampness of the brush. And then I'm going to quickly come in with the white and lay it down. And then I'm going to very quickly blend it. And then I'm going to come back in with my purple. And I'm going to push that purple back upwards a bit. Like so. And as I mentioned, this is a very fast way of achieving a desired result. This is, like I said, this is not the end-all, be-all of techniques. You know what? I'm going to grab a little bit more purple here. Now, if we had a base tone of purple on this area, the white probably would not show quite as quickly. And in fact, we might have to actually work at it, as it were. But let's pretend we are going to use a little bit more purple here. I'm going to create another little highlight down this way. We're going to go with kind of this old school kind of way of highlighting the shoulder pad. So we throw a little bit more white down, and then really fast here we'll come back in with the purple, and then just quickly blend that out. And so we can always kind of come back in. And so really fast, there we go. And really fast we've created a little bit of a transition along that bottom edge. And of course, this is, like I said, not the end-all be-all of brushing techniques. This is something that is going to require patience. It is going to require practice. As I mentioned, this is a nice, quick way of getting those initial layers down, because now once this dries, and again in the previous video I had shown acrylic retardant, that was a while ago, but you can still see this color is still wet over here, whereas this, even as I've been talking, has been drying. And so this is a really fast way of getting an initial transition down of color, and that we can build from later on. We can actually, come in and layer in some highlights, or, edge highlight, or even dry brush a final highlight. There's many different ways we can finish this off. This is just a nice quick way of laying down a transition, and you can kind of see some of the underpainting kind of showing through. But again, I mean, this is just an example. This is not really, this is about the technique and not exactly what I'm doing here. But that's two-brush wet blending. If you have any other questions about these techniques that I've been showing, or you want me to show other techniques, leave a comment down below and I will endeavor to answer those questions. Of course, you can also send an email to chris@waveofthebrush.com as well. That is two-brush blending. It's really fast, it's a quick way. This one is actually one of my favorite ways to lay down transition, especially on highly textured areas like fur cloaks, scales, that kind of thing. This is really one of my preferred ways of getting that done fairly quickly. And so that's one way I use this technique effect on my models. I want to thank my patrons for their support. Without their support, a lot of these videos just would not be possible. And so if you're considering Patreon support, a huge thank you already. And you will be continuing to support this channel and making informative videos like this available for everybody. And a huge thank you to everybody that is supporting and will be supporting. And so thank you, and I will see you guys later. And remember to take care of those brushes, because they'll take care of you.